Good evening, my friend. It is Wednesday night. Welcome to WDW Radio Live. I am Lou Mangello, and who's got two thumbs and is so excited for you to be here? This guy, because it's Wednesday. There's exciting news that literally just dropped minutes ago. We've got a great Top 5 Live. I've got a mystery prize to give away, and most importantly, I'm just happy to see you. We've been saying it for a while, but now more than ever, we may be physically distant, but I think we are never closer. So thank you for spending and sharing your Wednesday night with me, with us in this community. You are the box people because you live in this box, but you are really more like family. So if you're watching live, sit back, relax, grab a snack, tag and invite a friend. And if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us every Wednesday night here at WDWRadioLive.com. Be part of the community and the conversation. I'm so excited, I almost don't know what to get to first. First things first, I have to apologize because the guilt is big with me. You may or may not have noticed. Hopefully you did, but don't hold it against me. I did not get a show posted Monday or Sunday or Tuesday. I haven't gotten a chance to post a show. Life continues to, unfortunately, get in the way. I will get one out ASAP. Promise this week. So what I invite you to do is go back, find a favorite episode, find one maybe that you haven't heard before. Most of the shows are evergreen. Take a listen. More importantly, share it out with somebody that you think might enjoy it as well. All right. Couple things. We're going to do a relatively short show tonight. Why do you ask? Because it's about 417 degrees in this room. I had to take care of some stuff this weekend and came back on Sunday night, and my air conditioning unit on my upstairs is dead. Mind you, I just replaced the one downstairs like 3 weeks ago. So back-to-back replacement air conditioning units. As you know, hot air rises, and my doors are closed. There's computers going on, and I blow out a lot of hot air. I'll beat you to the punch. So it feels like the surface of the sun in here. So if you see me glistening, it's not because I just ran, because seriously, hi, it's me, but because it's so hot. So I am staying hydrated. I'm going to stay happy, but yeah, we'll see. If I pass out, just call somebody. But look, there is a lot of fun stuff to get to, and we didn't know when it was coming, but certainly happy that it dropped. Big surprise. Quick aside, there's been a lot of surprises lately. A good portion of them not awesome. Air conditioning unit, I'm talking to you, COVID-19, still looking you square in the eye. But when the Disney Parks blog drops the news that Disneyland is going to prepare for phased reopening, you could hear the sounds of children and adults alike just clapping and cheering and joy bursting. I am as excited about this as I was about the announcement of Walt Disney World. I know I live 1,500 miles away. It doesn't matter. I love Disneyland Park. Let's go through what we know so far. Okay, so as you can see, the Parks Experience and Products announced a proposed plan. It still needs to be approved for phased opening beginning on July 9th with Downtown Disney. July 17th will be Disney California Adventure. And then July 23rd will be the Grand Californian and Paradise Pier Hotel. Obviously, they have not mentioned Disneyland Hotel. I think we'll understand why for a variety of reasons, including what is going to be happening, much like Walt Disney World. Again, they are going to limit theme park capacity significantly to comply with governmental requirements, physical distancing, etc. We've heard this with Walt Disney World. They too are going to manage attendance through a new theme park reservation system that's going to require all guests, annual pass holders included, to obtain a reservation for park entry in advance, subject to availability. Again, we're still waiting on more details. Like Walt Disney World, a temporary pause on all new ticket and annual pass holder sales and renewals. And obviously when the park opens, again, we've seen the enhanced safety measures that we are going to expect both in the resorts in the downtown Disney and in the theme parks as well. What does that mean? Like Walt Disney World, no large gatherings for parades and fireworks. Again, these are all temporary. Character meet and greets are going to be unavailable, but there will be ways to be surprised and delighted by characters in the parks, in the hotels. They are going to do physical distancing, increased safety and cleaning measures, as well as phase reopenings of the hotel and the vacation club. Again, Springs, I'm so used to calling it Springs. Downtown Disney first, Disneyland on the 17th, and then on the 23rd is when the hotels will start to happen. Now, I will tell you that I was as excited as I was to see this. I really liked and appreciated the fact that just minutes after this was posted on the Disney Parks blog, Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Parks Experiences and Products, did post on the blog as well. I invite you to go and read it in its entirety, because I think what it does is help to explain sort of on an overall view what the mindset is for Disney. Again, this purposeful, admitted baby step approach, and very intentional in the phasing of the approach. Again, they were the first park to close, really, and they're the last to reopen. And I think that deliberate decision to really be mindful of the health and the safety of not just the guests, but the cast members look, safety has always been Disney's number one priority. I think by closing first and opening really, last among the major theme parks, I think that is very much indicative of that. So I certainly applaud them. And, he also talks about how there's an understanding that the experience at the beginning is very much going to be different, but that the quality, and I'm quoting now, the quality of the storytelling, magic of our experiences, and the caliber of our cast members has not changed at all. They recognize that the trust that you have in the Disney brand, and they continue to earn your trust every day. He references the success with Shanghai Disneyland and the guest satisfaction being very, very high. And again, referencing Walt Disney and how it really does take people, the cast members, to make this dream a reality. Again, it's a very personal letter from Josh's voice, understanding the impacts of what COVID-19 have meant to us individually, as well as our overall experiences as Disney fans. But he does have this sense of hope and optimism, and looks forward to hearing the laughter and seeing the joy of families making memories together, which I think is one of the reasons why we're excited to go back. We've talked about this in the past, about why I was so excited to go back to Springs, not just for the boathouse, and more, but anxious to get back to the parks, not because I can't wait to get on an attraction, but because I want to hear those sounds again. I want to see families enjoying themselves again. The attractions, yeah, even the food is secondary and tertiary to just being in those environs again. And I think that's, when I saw this, Becky and I from Mouse Fan Travel have been going back and forth already in terms of deciding when is going to be the right time to go, sooner rather than later. We're going to see about when we're going to go, but I really can't wait to get back to Disneyland, not because I'm curious to see the execution. No, I'm curious to go back as a fan. And so I want to know from you, like we talked about with Walt Disney World, when are you thinking that you will be ready and comfortable going back, whether it be to Disneyland or Walt Disney World? Again, having been to Disney Springs, and forgive me for repeating myself, but having been to Disney Springs and seeing just how Disney executed on their promises of safety for their cast members and guests, I have full faith and confidence in being able to go back to, and I've chosen Magic Kingdom, the day that it opens in July. I want to be back in Disneyland as early as I possibly can. Look, and I think it's stupid. I know. I'm a sentimentalist. I think it's beautiful that they're opening on their anniversary. Again, Disneyland is a very different park in terms of The guests that attend, it's very much more is a locals park. It's going to be interesting to see, again, how they execute, but you know that they are planning and preparing and practicing for what those first days are going to be like. I will probably not be there on the 17th. I think Becky and I have been talking about waiting until the resort hotels open up again, and just to sort of show you one more time what the dates are. Downtown Disney on the 9th, much like Disney Springs here in Walt Disney World, opens first. Give guests an opportunity to start going back. Give cast members an opportunity to start interacting again. Disneyland California Adventure will open on the anniversary. I love it. And then the hotels just under a week later. So I see people already commenting that they're looking to see, when they can go back. Mark Jones is gonna try and take the kids back to Disneyland this fall. Jason Knapp from Here with the Magic says, plus the asphalt will be cured for this Disneyland reopening. You never know. It would almost be funny if they had like a little section where you could go and get your heel stuck in some not quite dry asphalt as well. So Deborah Poirier says, I'm ready now. Disney's got this. I'm hoping to go back to Walt Disney World in November. Jim Warhosky still has to get his Florida annual pass, but he's going to go back as soon as it opens. Yeah, and I mean, some people are taking a little bit more of a wait-and-see attitude, which I completely appreciate and understand. And I think for those guests that are worried about just how crowded these parks might be opening day, I'm not so sure that everybody is rushing back. Remember, too, a lot of people can't travel. They can't fly, whether there's quarantine rules, etc. in effect. Not everybody can get here. So I think the phasing of the opening is going to happen naturally. I think the way that they're doing it makes absolute sense, especially over in Disneyland. Seeing how successful it's been with Disney Springs opening here, and then opening the resorts, opening the parks, and then the resorts phased after that as well. So, and look, we're still going to learn more about what this reservation system is going to look like. There is going to be a learning curve for a lot of people, all of us, because this is something brand new that has never been done before. But we have to assume that they are in their planning, their testing, their trial phases, so that when it does launch, it will be as seamless as possible. And look, anytime you launch something new that is completely different than something that they've been doing literally at the parks for decades, pack your patience, right? We say this all the time, pack your patience. There's a lot of moving parts to opening up Disneyland, Walt Disney World after, and look, this is still going on. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. It might not be perfect. I hope it is. I think Disney Springs was a perfect opening, right? I saw nothing that I had to complain about. I hope they can do that with the parks as well, and I think that's why they're taking as much time as they are. So my anticipation, in case you can't tell by the smile on my face, the anticipation and the excitement is like, it's turned up to 11. I want to just bounce from world to land as quickly as I can. And yes, to anybody and everybody who has said that I need to get a cozy cone, you're 100% right. I will go to Disneyland first. I will get my chimichanga. I will get my little red wagon corn dog. I will get my popcorn. I'll probably get another chimichanga and a Dole Whip to wash it down. Then I'll go to Bengal Bar. I mean, eventually I'm going to ride an attraction, but I just want to be back there. I want to be back in that space one more time and spend some time out in Disneyland. So Derek says, look, as long as I can get popcorn, I am happy. Sebastian, you are completely welcome as well. And look, the other thing to keep in mind too is that as we are starting to get ready to plan and make plans, I think we all can understand the importance of using a travel agent. If you reach out to Becky or her entire team at Mouse Fan Travel, whether you have questions about booking your next trip to Disneyland, booking resorts, cancellation policies, all these things, especially as new information comes out, you don't have to be going to think about planning to go in July. Whether you're planning to go later this year or next year, they will be able to help you again and give you a no obligation quote. I've spent a lot of time chatting with Becky. They are very, very much on top of the new developments as and even before they come out. So they are prepared to answer your questions and to help you book. And I think, again, I like to plan. I like the booking process, but I think we understand the importance of using a travel agent because you really never know what can happen and when. So Mark Jones says he can't wait to book with your MEI and Mouse Fan travel agent again. So if you have a MEI and Mouse Fan travel agent, whether it's Becky or somebody else, you should tag them in the comments and tell them how excited you are to get back. I see Christine is talking about Jackie York from MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I mean, these are a lot of the people that I know that I've met over the years. And Heather's already talking about getting the meatball. Heather, I have to start off getting a chili con carne and the chicken verde if they have it again. I can't decide, so I don't. I just get both, and I choose not to be judged. Even if you judge me, I have favorites, but I just can't pick one over the other. So, and yes, Becky, you and I will share a corn dog and a chimichanga, and by share I mean you can get your own and I will get my own in the hub at Disneyland once again. And don't take pictures of me and make fun of me as I begin to cry when I get there, because I'm telling you it's going to happen. And I'm not crying just because I'm having a chimichanga. I'm crying because I'm so excited. Sue Passower is ready. I've known Sue and her family for years. I think family is an important word because that's how Sue and all the agents treat everybody, is they treat people like their family. Rachel saying chicken verde from where? So Rachel, the chicken, they have a cozy cone with chicken verde. It's just the right bit of heat and it soaks into, oh gosh. Now I'm sweating, not from the heat and humidity, just because I'm thinking about that. So unfortunately, James says it is a judgment-free zone. Melissa says, we couldn't do our trip this year without our Mouse Fan travel agent, already been rebooked 3 times. Yeah, imagine if you had to do this by yourself. And kudos to the agents. I know that they are spending an inordinate amount of time on hold and making and changing reservations as needed. And so kudos to all of them. So yeah, I will. I'm curious. We'll start maybe I'll create a poll in the Box People group on Facebook, which is hopefully where you're watching this, to see. I'll sort of give like time frames, like how quickly, if all things considered, if you were able to go, how quickly would you feel comfortable going back to one of the Disney parks, to World or Land? Is it within a week after open? Is it day one, a week after opening, a month, 6 months, a year? What's that window that you would feel personally comfortable being able to go back? So Derek says, am I sure that it's not true? So no, it is not the meat sweats. It is not drool. It is maybe a little bit of drool as I started to think about all the food that I miss so very much. I'm training though. Don't worry. I'm keeping my fluffy Baymax-like body, or I should say Pooh-like body. By the way, have you noticed the shelves? Much cleaner. Much cleaner than they were before. I've taken advantage of the opportunity to go and do a lot more purging, as it were, of the shelves. So there you go. So that's what is going on. I'd love to, again, hear your thoughts about the opening dates, Josh tomorrow's message, and when you plan on going back. And then we'll talk about where you're going to go first. Where do you go? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, for me, it has to be like Walt Disney World. I have to go back, to Main Street USA. I have to go back to Disneyland. It's just to be in that place one more time. I don't have to even ride a ride. I don't have to ride a single attraction. I just want to walk around. I know Becky will be in the club probably from this, which is fine. Every plotty has their place, and there's a place for everybody. Becky's is in Club 33. Mine is going to be at the Little Red Wagon and the Chimichanga Cart. But, I just can't wait to get back. Again, we have to go back, Kate. We have to go back. So, a lot of people. So, look, even Christy Martin says, we have to go back, Kate. See, great minds and Lost fans think. I don't know if you can see my Lost countdown clock right there. I've watched it 5 times. I could still watch it again. So, so some people are talking about going back in November. Air conditioners time too. Yes, Pamela Bart, air conditioners are very, 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 very expensive, especially when you have to buy 2 of them. You know, one bigger than the other within like 3 weeks of each other. By the way, wait, awkward segue. Did I tell you that audio tours and 102 ways to save money for that Walt Disney World books are on sale for just $10? So if you want to buy, I don't know, 700 of them, this would really be a good time to do it, because I'm sweating and it's awful. It's awful. Yeah, no, but seriously, like it is a good time, and I wanted to just run the $10 sale again. You can find them on Amazon and in Apple iTunes, but the $10 price is if you buy it directly from the site. No code needed. Take a snapshot and share it out, and I'll post this in the box group as well. But it is time for our next segment, and this one is very much prompted by my excitement for the parks and resorts eventually reopening, and really comes from a personal place because it's so incredibly hot here. And it's time, I need sort of theme music. It's time for Top 5 Live, weekly conversation of the best of the best of the best of Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars. And like I said, this week's comes from a personal place because it is so hot. How hot is it? It's really hot. So I thought about where I'd like to be and what I could do to beat a little bit of the heat. And so I bring you, drum roll please, the top 5 pools in Walt Disney World. I think that the resorts are oftentimes attractions in and of themselves. I think you can, certainly for some resorts, you could spend an entire day there. They were very deliberate when they opened Walt Disney World, that it's the vacation kingdom of the world, and they wanted the hotels not just to be a place to shower and sleep and maybe grab a meal, but a place that should be a destination. And I think for some, even if you're not staying there, it gives you a reason to go and check out some of the resorts. So because I'm in so incredibly hot, we're going to look at the top 5 pools in Walt Disney World. And you'll see from my list that I did not base my top 5 list solely on the pool itself. There's a lot of other factors that I take into consideration, including what's around the pool, meaning the views, are they kid-friendly? What are the food and beverage options? What else is potentially at the resort? So I'm going to share my list. I want to hear your list, both in the comments, and more importantly, I'll post this. I'll post the graphic in the Box People group at wdwradio.com/community. We can continue the conversation there. So without any further ado and/or fanfare, here are my top 5 list. Top 5 pools not at water parks. Let me be clear. I should have clarified. It's top 5 resort pools. So Typhoon Lagoon, Blizzard Beach, River Country, may you rest in peace, do not count. These are only pools at the resorts, because I don't really look at those as pools. They're water parks, so it's a little bit different. So these are top 5 resort pools at Walt Disney World. And here you go. Number 5, Copper Creek Springs at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. And man, I easily could have put this one way, way higher. Again, because I took so much into consideration. Actually, if you look in the background of this image, that is the Copper Creek Springs pool. How do I love this pool? Let me count the ways. It is so serene. It feels so secluded. I think one of the things that I love about Wilderness Lodge, and one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite resorts in all of Walt Disney World, is because of the fact that I don't feel like I'm in Florida anymore. Oh, by the way, too, not that it's important right now, the pool is also heated. Not every pool is heated. So sometimes if you have some of those chillier nights, especially, that like 1 week that it gets cold, in January. The pool's heated. There's actually hot and cold whirlpool spas there. So not every resort has that. So on those warm nights, you can even go into a cool spa. The kids play area is brand new, really, really nice. There's a 67-foot water slide. Again, you've got beautiful views of Fire Rock Geyser, like blowing off in the distance, as well as Bay Lake. And again, it's not just what's in the pool, but what's around the pool. Geyser Point, I'm looking at you. You can't, if you ever stay at Wilderness Lodge, you can make a day just hang out there. You go for breakfast at Whispering Canyon, you hang out at the pool all day, maybe get a little something quick from Roaring Forks, and then you stay in your little swimmy trunks with your little water wings, and you go over to Geyser Point for some of the best food in all of Walt Disney World. If somebody wants and can look up quickly, the live dining review is on show 5 something. I don't know what it is, but Bison Burger. There's a sit-down lounge area, and there's also a quick service counter too. Geyser Point helped put this very, very much on the list. So there you go. So number 5 is Copper Creek Springs at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Number 4 is the Fuentes del Moro pool at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Again, we've talked about this too in the past, not because of the pool, but Caribbean Beach is back on the map, or gets on the map for the first time for people because of things like the Skyliner, right? And I think people forget that Caribbean Beach has also gone through like a beautiful renovation over the past number of years. So there's a lot more reasons than just the pool, but let's get into the pool itself, because again, it's got this amazing colonial Spanish fortress theme. There's not one, but 2, count them, 2 water slides, 0 depth entry pool, the shipwreck decor. There's a play area right in the middle of the pool. They've got some wonderful hot tubs that are secluded. So if you want to just get away and sort of just chill out and relax, you also have Banana Cabana right there for quick food, and if you'd like a little beverage or 6. There's also Centertown Market, which is the food court area, which is spectacular. I love the renovations that they've done. And yeah, like the fact that the Skyliner goes there does factor into my decision, because you can spend the day at the pool, and then if you want to hop over to another resort or a park late at night, it's easy to do, and it's easy to get back and then hit the pool late night, which is when I dig the pool. And that, I didn't have a photo of it, but that pool is gorgeous the way it's lit up at night. Again, part of the reason why it made the list. So if you've never stayed there before, go to Mouse Fan Travel, the Fuentes del Moro pool at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. I'm not going to hurt myself because my Spanish is not so good. All right, number 3 on the list may come as a surprise, but I love this resort so much. How much? I love it so much that I had to put it on the list, because Old Man Island at Port Orleans Riverside is, again, I think it's an overlooked pool that just about gets to sort of the mini water park thing. To me, this feels like a secret little swimming hole somewhere. Like you have to sort of wander across one of these 3 wooden bridges to get there. It's themed like an abandoned sawmill, and it does feel like it's got this story line to it. This too has a 95-foot water slide, tons of shaded areas in the corners and in this off to the side, so you don't have to even worry about like getting a chair with an umbrella. There is a hot tub. The Muddy Rivers Pool Bar has great food and cocktails. And every day, like a lot of the resorts, they have a pool party. It's like, I was going to say, it's like a mullet. There's a pool party during the day and a campfire at night. Business in the front, party in the back. Pool party during the day, campfire at night. They also show movies poolside that you can watch while you're in the pool or in the hot tub. I was going to do my really bad James Brown, Eddie Murphy, can I get a hot tub? But I won't. There's lots of hammocks. And also, again, talking about the overall Port Orleans experience, there's something that if you've never done before, especially like with your kids or whomever, they have catch and release fishing from Riverside. So you can play in the pool, throw on a t-shirt, and then go over and do some catch and release fishing. They give you all the equipment that you'll need, the poles, the bait, etc. And it really is a lot of fun. Again, you can spend the entire day over at Old Man Island. So that was, again, I was shifting my list here and there, but we're getting down to the last two, and a lot of these could have slid up and back. Zach Brown, you're right, too hot for the hot tub. But number 2 is the lava pool at Disney's Polynesian Resort, formerly known as the Nanea Volcano Pool. It's now known as the lava pool. This should probably come, like the next one, as no surprise to anyone, especially if you have ever been there before. Come for the water, stay for the views. You have not just the Magic Kingdom views, but that 144-foot volcano slide. There's a new tiki water play area for kids. The poolside bar is great. You're also really close to Captain Cook's, as well as if you want to go at night, you can go to Trader Sam's. They too have a secluded hot tub, not pictured, but amazing views. The beach is right there. You can watch the water pageant. You can see Magic Kingdom fireworks at night. This too, to me, feels like a mini water park. It has a zero entry. I was there a few months ago with some friends, and then you go to Ohana at night. Like, even with Magic Kingdom being so close, I didn't feel like I needed to go there because I was having that much fun at the pool. And of course, number 1, this is probably going to come as no shock to anybody, but I will tell you, there's going to be an honorable mention. And the honorable mention list, before you start yelling at me about what's not on my list, again, it's a top 5, and I'm cheating, and I'm adding a 6. There's a lot that were on. So when I first made the list, I had 9. I had to trim somewhere, and you're going to say, Mangello, the Big Blue Pool is not on here. The Grand Floridian Pool is not on here. Your honorable mention one is not on here. How did you not, for the love of all things Kadani, man, how did you not put the Animal Kingdom Lodge pool on your list? Well, how can you when the last one on the list is certainly going to be Stormalong Bay? There's no question. It is still the undisputed pool champion of Walt Disney World. It is absolutely a mini water park. There is a lazy river. They've got the 230-foot long shipwreck slide, sand bottom pools, views of the lake, not 1, not 2, but 3 different spas. There are new cabanas, which are very, very nice. They have TVs and refrigerator. And Becky, you could just hit a button and somebody comes and brings you cocktails and stuff. And they have the elevated deck area, the volleyball pool, just for playing volleyball. I love the lazy river. Hurricane Hannah's is right there. And BTW, there's also Beaches and Cream. I mean, there's no way that it couldn't be number 1. I could have almost made an argument for another one on the list, but I didn't because I'm a reasonable man, or I try to be. But I will tell you that as an honorable mention, I actually had, for an honorable mention, I had the Riviera pool at the Riviera. It is obviously the newest resort, themed after the European Rivieras. I think the architecture is gorgeous, very elegant yet comfortable, very family-friendly pool. I loved I didn't upload the image. There's a water slide around this beautiful column tower. There's 2 different kid slides at S'il vous Play, this interactive water play area inspired by Grand Fountains. And if you look carefully, you'll see that there's characters from Fantasia there as well. So that's my list. Is it perfect? No. Would I be happy going to visit any or all of those pools? You better believe it. I want to know from you, though. I want to know which is your favorite pool and why, or which ones should have made the list but didn't. Again, I understand that not everything could have made the list. There are some ones that I very easily could have added. Look, the Port Orleans French Quarter is one of my favorite resorts, not just for the beignets or for scat cats, but because of the pool and because the river is there and because it's so small, it never really gets or feels crowded there. It was on my list. I had to pull it off. I think the Grand Floridian has beautiful pools, as well as the kids' play area. Again, you've got the views of Magic Kingdom off in the distance. You've got great dining options there as well. What about the pool at Art of Animation? So, again, the Big Blue Pool, Chris, was on the list. I had the Big Blue Pool on the list at number 4 at one point, and it got bumped off. And oh, by the way, and I think, again, all things being considered, the Big Blue Pool was supposed to go down for refurbishment in fall of 2020. I don't know how that schedule may or may not had shifted. And certainly it gets high marks for having the music underwater. Look, even the little Cozy Cone pool over by the car section, I love, but taking everything else into consideration, the music under the water was not enough to bump up Art of Animation or Pop Century pools. Again, I tried to keep the list at 5. Iggy likes the quiet pool at Boardwalk. Look, I'm going to be very honest with you. The Boardwalk was never in contention for this list. And I have 2 words for you. Clowns and clowns. Scary clowns. I just can't bring myself to go down a slide that pops out of the scary clown mouth. I think I love Luna Park. I did an episode with Jim Corcus all about it 5 years ago. If somebody wants to link it up here or whatever it is you link. There's a great story. There's great theming. Location. But I just can't get over the clown. Like, don't send the clowns in. Get rid of the clown. It's like Pennywise. They might as well have just made it the It pool because it's sort of like having. And look, I know a lot of people love it and they love clowns and clowns are wonderful and whatever. But it's not. I'm clear. Like I see, not everybody else loves the. Connor Brown says, "Amen, brother. That clown is nightmare fuel." Connor Brown is from WDWopinion.com. Go check him and his podcast and his site and his articles, all kinds of good stuff there. Yeah, Dave Rashoni, really, man, I don't dig me some clowns. Yeah, I know. I have severe psychological problems. The clown is just only Jeremy Goff. Everyone floats down here. I know. And yet I love it. I love the story. The book is phenomenal. I actually preferred the original TV miniseries, John Ritter, may you rest in peace, to the movies. But yeah, I love I love the story. So, Chuck says, I just listened to the Luna Park episode. Jim binge listening while working from home. Chuck, if you can share a link. Oh, so Beatrice Dennis just posted it. It's episode 313. Yeah, because I also talked about what might have been, what was supposed to. If you think the clown is weird, you should have seen some of the concepts for what should have been in that lagoon. If you think the clown is weird, and what the plans were for Disney MGM Burbank, the lagoon in front of the boardwalk says, hold my mimosa. Clowns are way scarier than the Haunted Mansion. It scared me to death back in. Listen, I think Tim Robbins did an amazing job as Pennywise. And again, that was made for TV, and there was no blood. There was incredibly scary in the best possible way. So there you go. So that is my top 5 live. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you screaming at your phone or your iPad or your laptop or your 85-inch flat screen TV and sense around in your living room? Let me know what you think about my list and what I missed, and tell me why I'm wrong. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have to go together, and we'll have to go and see some pools that maybe I left off my list. So, did I say Tim Robbins? I meant to say Tim Curry. Sorry. It's been a long day. And by the way, it's so hot in here. That's why I need a pool. Not at my house, but in Walt Disney World. Come for the food, stay for the pools. So there you go. A lot of people agreeing with Stormalong Bay. Jamie Williams says, I agree with this one much more than your World Showcase list. Again, part of the fun of the top 5 lives is just to invite conversation about what we think the best of book. Look, the beauty of top 5s is that there is no wrong answer unless you say the Luna Park pool because of clowns. There is no wrong answer, and it's what Disney does best, right? In giving everybody something to enjoy and something to look forward to. So, and if you want to, by the way, if you do want to go to the scary clown pool, you can go and book it through MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. So there you go. So that was this week's top 5 live. Now, last week, the week before, I don't know. At some point, I talked about having a mystery prize giveaway, and I said that I was going to do it during the show. I ran out of time, and I posted that I was going to give away a child. Let me be clear. There was never any intent to give away a child. So Twitter, calm down. You don't need to tell me what a weirdo I was not planning on giving away a baby. Or was I? There's so many angry people out there just looking for reasons to get angry. Listen, I wasn't giving away a baby. Obviously, I was giving away the child. The child. He's not baby. I mean, he's always going to be Baby Yoda to us. But I was going to give away the baby child Funko Pop. I saw him. I loved him. But I wanted to give him to you instead of adding him to my collection. So I bought him for you, and I wanted to give him away. And so I ran a giveaway on Instagram. Thank you to all of you who participated, who commented who your favorite Star Wars character was. Remember, you had to tag somebody, like, comment, subscribe to the podcast. All those things, super helpful. Please don't unfollow me now that the contest is over, because I'm going to run contests all the time. And by the way, WDW Radio Nation people, I have contests that I'm going to do a giveaway every month to WDW Radio Nation. Stay tuned. There's more information coming. But again, there were literally hundreds and hundreds of entries that followed all of the giveaway rules, and I randomly went to the randomizer and randomly picked one. And last week's winner, randomly selected by the random randomizer, is... I'm pausing for dramatic effect. Magical Dabbles, who, by the way, is known as Abby Jackson, but on the Insta, she is Magical Dabbles. So, Abby Jackson, this little guy is coming home to you. So, if you're watching, please make sure you send me your shipping information. Otherwise, I will reach out to you on the Insta. And I don't really call it the Insta. I'm not that old yet. Who's on the TikTok? Anybody doing the TikToks? If you think Twitter is bad, don't go to TikTok. That's all I'm telling you. So Abby, thank you. Congratulations. I'm going to hate to part with this little guy. Look at that little punum. He's so cute. Chris Shepard said, I even heard him take off his glasses and paused for effect. Always. I had it. And thanks to all of you, by the way. I see a number of you talking about the WDW Nation. Thanks to all of you who are members of, the nation, like this entire community, really very much is a family. Thank you for being part, and all of your support goes a huge, huge way to not just keeping the lights on. It's now to all of you who are part of the nation. You are going to help me get a new air conditioning unit, but more importantly, you go to help the Dream Team project, which directly benefits the Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. So you're doing good, not just for WDW Radio Nation and for the incredible incredibly high temperature in here. It's got to be 106 degrees, and I don't even think that I'm exaggerating at this point. But you're also doing great for these kids who are going to be able to start coming back to Walt Disney World in the future. As a very quick aside, I know a lot of us saw the news about Give Kids the World having to temporarily close their doors. They, like everything else, will come back and will be able to be that place for children and their families with life-threatening illnesses that they work directly with Make-A-Wish. So a lot of the families do stay at Give Kids the World. It's an amazing organization doing truly magical things for families that need it. The news was sad, but they will be back, and Give Kids the World, on behalf of myself, my family, and my WDW Radio family, we are here for you to help and support any way we can while you're closed and when you reopen. And when they do, we're going to go and we're going to go visit. I want to show you exactly what happens at Give Kids the World and why it is such a truly special place. But yeah, so everything you do through and for the WDW Radio Nation really goes a long way towards helping them as well. So Kevin Shea says Give Kids the World is amazing. It is a spectacular organization. Really good people. I have visited there a few times. It is a remarkable place. So I know it is sad, but a lot of the if you keep in mind, look, a lot of the wishes right now are unable to be granted because world is closed, because the resorts are closed, because of the guidelines are in place. So it does make sense to temporarily shut down operations just from a business perspective, and then reopen it as things start getting back to normal. Look, I've said this since day one of all this. We are going to be better on the opposite side of this, right? We are going to come out of this better. I think the parks are going to be better. I think the resorts are going to be better. I think humanity is going to be better. I think Give Kids the World is going to be better. And I think, on even the most minuscule scale, maybe some of the things that we didn't appreciate or take for granted a little bit, maybe we won't do so as much. You never thought things like Disney could get taken away, and they are. And I think there's lessons to be learned. Again, I'm not getting on my soapbox. Again, I don't mean to do that, but it comes from a personal place. And again, you know me in my sort of philosophy of choosing the good. I very much have felt during this entire pandemic and everything else that's just crazy about 2020. You're so drunk 2020. It's not even funny. I am going to always find and choose and create good, however and wherever I can. I ask you to please do the same. So Becky says, I miss the inside of an airport. Let me translate that. Becky misses the lounges on the inside of the airport. There's a lot. Top 5 live. Top 5 things Becky misses because of COVID. I won't share this publicly, but in my mind, I'm just having a field day with it. Club 33. But listen, it is all in fun, and it's certainly, Becky knows that the amount of grief I give you is directly proportionate to how much I love you. So there you go. It is weird seeing MCO empty, says Jim Orhosky. You are my good... Oh, Crystal Steers from chasinghappiness.ca. As if I couldn't love you anymore. I miss you so very much. I know what this weekend was supposed to be. So just as a quick aside, this was supposed to be the weekend, really starting tomorrow or Friday, was supposed to be my Momentum weekend retreat, where 10 entrepreneurs get together in a vacation home just outside of Walt Disney World, and we sort of mastermind and work and network and really move the needle. Crystal has been there a number of times before, has made remarkable progress while we were there, and it saddened me. And as I think about it, I'm getting sad again having to cancel it for a lot of reasons. I love the people that come. I love being able to help in that environment. It is not canceled. It's postponed till whenever the retreat can happen again, and we'll see what happens with my Momentum Weekend Workshop, which is currently scheduled for this fall, but time will tell. So So Vicky Atkins Murphy says it's 1:20 in the UK. I really wish I'd have to go, but I'll have to say see you real soon. Love WDW Radio. Vicky, love you back. This is meant to be a heart of... I still, years later, I still can't quite get this right, but God save the Queen. So Zach Brown, love you, brother. We will get together, man, too. We need to share some food and some sweet stuff. Lisa says the reminder for the retreat popped up on my phone this morning. I know, I've been staring at it on my calendar, and as this week started to approach, like I know what I would have been doing, yesterday, today, tomorrow, other than panicking and freaking the freak out that I didn't have everything ready yet and running to FedEx Kinko's to get stuff printed out and Costco and all the other things. I miss it, and I'm super, super sad about it. Lisa's been coming since year one. Crystal has been coming. So, yeah, it's sad, but again, it will be better when we're able to do it again, and I believe that in my little heart of hearts. So, anywho, a couple other things just to remind you one more time. If you are not a member of the community, the Box People group, go to www.radio.com/community. Don't forget, why not? If you can't get to Disney World, I want to bring Disney to you. The audio tours, their audio walking tours of the Magic Kingdom, including Toontown. May you rest in peace, where you and I walk hand in hand with the binaural 3D sounds of the parks behind us. And then, of course, 102 Ways to Save Money for an at Walt Disney World book. All of them just 10 American dollars. It's like the price of a latte at Starbucks, I assume. I don't go to Starbucks, but I assume that's what it costs. Or 7 cups of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I get a lot, people say, how else can I help you? Best way to help is simple. Just continue to please help spread the word, share, comment, invite your friends to not only subscribe to the show wherever it is that they listen, but to comment and to be part of the community. Obviously, being part of the WDW Radio Nation family, it's as little as $1 a month, and you get exclusive rewards. We do, I said, trivia hunts and scavenger hunts. We have live video calls. There's care packages, all kinds of fun stuff as well. And if there's some way I can help you, whether it's one-on-one or we still have one spot left for our weekly mastermind group, I want to help you. Again, opportunity. You have opportunity right now. If you weren't happy in your job or you've got this idea, let me help you turn what you love into what you do, or the dream into a reality, whatever you want to frame it as. Let me help you out. So just go to LouMongello.com, and if there's nothing there that suits, just shoot me an email, and I'm happy to help you that way as well. At some point, we're going to get back. Believe it or not, I was thinking, I know that they just canceled the race in Paris, but we're going to start thinking about marathon weekend. I miss, again, don't take it for granted. I miss these sweaty hugs. I miss all of you so very much. So if you're interested in joining the running team, we're still doing virtual runs. We can help you train for races as they come up, whether you walk, run, walk, jog, or want to cheer. Come cheer with me. It's so much fun. You don't have to even get sweaty hugs. Go to WDW.run.com. Also, don't forget that not just the stuff that was on the shelf, but really like 45 years of stuff I've been collecting from Disney, Marvel, Star Wars is up on eBay each and every week. 10 new auctions, no reserve, starting bid, $1. I don't know how to say $1. That's it. If it goes for $1, so be it. I want to just try and get this stuff that I have loved and I've cherished and collected for the years to people who can enjoy it, who have the room to display it, and would really appreciate it. So go to www.radio.com/eBay and help spread the word too. Even if there's something that you want to bid on, help spread the word about the other stuff anyway. I think that's it. I think that's it for tonight. I want to thank Dave Rashoni from DJR Music. He is the man who has composed and arranged the music that you are listening to. If he can help you with creating a jingle, creating a song, Go check him out over at DJR Music. Plus, by the way, he's like the nicest guy in the entire world. Like, I've known Dave for years. He wrote and sang with his beautiful and talented wife the WDW radio theme song. Trust me, it's not me, it's him. And if you didn't win the child this week, don't worry. I promise I will have another giveaway, maybe on Instagram, maybe in the Box People group. You never know, but definitely stay tuned to the show and to all of the social. What else? That's it. Make sure you subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff. And listen, I know it's still a crummy time. Always, in a lot of ways, both inside the wall sometimes of your home, there's stuff going on, as well as outside, in your backyard, in your city, or, in your country, on this planet, wherever it is. Things will get better. Choose the good. A lot of things are contagious. Anger is contagious. COVID is contagious. Positivity is contagious. I believe that in my little heart to heart. And if you are positive, it will have this ripple effect on not just the people around you, but it starts to bleed out to others as well. Choose the good, be good, even when other people are not. And that's it. I love you. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for being here. I promise I will get a show out this week. And if there's some way I can help you, by all means, please let me know. So until next time, I hope you guys have an amazing week. See ya.